Welcome back. WeArEuS, and this is Animus, Revenant. Now, we have... last episode, we narrowly missed... Nope, we didn't even avoid the gangbang. They started, but then Uno reversed them. Well, using Uno reverse on them. Naturally, they didn't see it coming until it was too late. Now, we got some weapons from, well, I guess you could call them blueprints for now, since we can't actually make the weapons, but from all of the enemies we've fought thus far, we can create not only their armor, but their weapons as well. One of which being... Is it actually this one? Halberd of the Royal Guard. Yeah, so this is definitely the weapon of one of these guys. I don't remember who. I just know it belongs to one of them. Oh yeah. Also, I spent a little bit of time trying to farm materials to create the weapons that we got from the three guys from the Shadow Covenant that we fought at the very end of the last episode. But for whatever reason, either enemies only drop certain material one time, or there's some hinky business going on with the drop rates for certain materials like cursed orbs, because the knights here, certain knights, the ones that, which ones of them should have it? I'm pretty sure it's the ones with the halberds, right? Either way, only certain knights here actually inflict curse, so they should drop curse orbs. But unless I'm mistaken, they only dropped them the first time we went through this place, and now they don't drop them at all, or at least the few times I've bothered to actually attempt to farm, because why am I going to continue farming if I don't see any payoff? Now, for now, we're going to be using the Halberd of the Royal Guard because it's new. It's new, it stuns, and I can also increase its, I guess, stun frequency? No, that's not frequency. What this does is increase the value of stun so that it does more, technically. It's not really worth much since it's only 15%, and the stun rate here is only 137, so we'd get what? Like 12 points? No, not even 12, like 11 point something. Anyway, we don't really get that much out of it, but you do notice that it increases the stun, well, decreases the number of hits you require to inflict stun. I like stun, it's pretty decent. Now, we're going to go through here, and instead of turning the corner that leads us to where we fought the three mages, we're going to turn right instead and go up the steps. Also, some of you may think of the heal over time here as a crutch, and you'd be right, because it allows me to make some silly mistakes or do stupid things like use weapons like this, which tend to be pretty messy. I didn't block it. Forgot about that. Okay. Like I said, okay. Maybe I should have. You know, know, I did some practice earlier. I did some practice earlier, so I wouldn't take as long to get back into form. Unfortunately, I probably should have done that practice here. Ah, well, it's fine. Now, one other thing. What am I missing? I wanted to tell you guys about... Yeah, this is the one that... Well, I'm glad I didn't finish casting that. Yes, they don't like charge attacks when their shield is up. We also need to make sure that we're looking out for the pants for the jester who's down that way. Right, I forgot about the range of that for a split second there. Those guys are easy enough to deal with. It's the ones with the swords that have the trickier attack pattern. For this, a searing crystal. No idea what that's for. Anyway, as you may have noticed by now, we're also not getting very many memory. Anyway, the attack pattern of this weapon is sort of messy, or broad and sweeping would probably be the technical term to use here, but I prefer messy because it just is to me. So what you may not notice me doing is that I'm mixing up the light attacks with the heavy attacks in order to get the most out of each. Hold on. Okay. I'm mixing heavy and light attacks. So we go heavy, light for faster recovery, back into heavy. I could also just go heavy, block, in order to get the most out of it, but because frankly, this heavy attack should hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3. See? Every time the head of the halberd, well, the axe head of it, passes in front of him, that should technically be a single hit, you would think, right? But I've noticed that the hit impact only occurs twice when you use that. So it's actually a really inefficient attack to use for anything. So just keep that in mind for, I guess, I don't know if this is different from the other spear or not, or just for spears in general. So instead, just assume for now that it's its own weapon type. I sure hope we don't get into trouble anytime soon. Because I'd really prefer not to have to switch to my... I'd really prefer not to have to switch to my axe anytime soon. Harbinger. You. Just a bad habit you've got there. Let it be. You're chasing nothing but shadows. They will burn away when morning comes all on their own. There's no reason to hurry it. Why be the device of restitution? To take on that burden is folly. Is there an end? And do you know what it is you protect or what it is you would destroy? Let it be, as I have. Let these apparitions die as they live. There's no need to meddle. Stop searching for answers. But let memories of those at death's door fade away. Then leave. Do as you please. Also, I'm pretty sure that the attack pattern of this weapon is the exact same. Yeah. I should probably go ahead and equip the Great Axe because, I mean, why wouldn't I? Right, I did upgrade some things rather considerably. Of course, it's not like it really makes all that much of a difference. It's literally, when you upgrade something, it's literally less than 10 points per upgrade that you gain to whatever stat. Of course, be that as it may, where originally this Great Axe did, I think it was close to 900 damage per hit, it now does close to 1,000 per hit. So upgrading does help. And it's not that bad either, considering that it's at 5. I don't know what the max is, and given how much material it requires, it'll probably be a while before we find out. I really like this weapon. Anyway, there is, like I was saying before, there are 2 weapons that we became able to craft after we defeated the Shadow Covenant at the end of last episode. One was a trident of shadow and the other was a trident of light. I can't make the one of light because I haven't fought the Light Covenant yet, so there's that. I can make the trident of shadow, but I need curse orbs, and those just don't drop. I probably shouldn't take this weapon out there, but Also, the buff itself lasts 2 minutes, and it probably takes double that to cool down. Oh, hey there, buddy. Really wish I could backstab you. That'll have to do. Yeah, that looks like a fight's going to occur, so I'm swapping back to my Great Axe. No point in putting myself at a disadvantage. You can equip whatever you want if you're just fighting trash mobs. If it were an option, you could probably run around barehanded and fight them that way. That'd probably be pretty cool, but once you get right down to it, damage is king. All hail the king. Great. Thankfully I didn't take that much damage from it. Find key to execution. We also haven't found the serpent necklace, which opens a door back there in the cathedral, is it called? Stuck there, you know that now. Oh, that's a thing. I need to be very careful about how I position myself, or I will die. And I have no actual guarantee that I'll be able to recover my soul or memories if I fall down there. Dang it. You can't just present me with an open door and not let me go through it. Well, we can also plainly see there's nothing on the other side of that wall, so I don't know why I tested if it was fake or not. Dang it, forgot about that fast one. saying something? Well, at least we're getting memory out of these guys. Sheesh, I can run off the edge. I can actually run off the edge and die. Cool. Most games baby you by not letting you run off of edges or things like that, but good to see the developer had his head on straight in this case. Nope. Thankfully, it does no damage. I just really appreciate that these areas are wide open as they are. No. That is unfortunate. Why do I have 27 still? I haven't... That must have occurred after... That must have occurred, well... I must have technically died as soon as my animation, as soon as the game realized my animation was going to carry me over the edge, and it counted me as dead. But the jester that we killed apparently died just at, like, they don't die until they actually hit the bottom. So that must have been delayed just enough that I picked it up as I died. But after I dropped the souls, or the memory. Now, if I really wanted to play this game hard mode, I would disassemble the... I can't see. For a second, I wanted to check if the hammer of the unremembered... I wanted to see if the hammer of the unremembered had been refined, but I can't check that. Yeah, I'm not taking any chances. I need to be careful and make sure that I don't stay near the edge too long. Unexpected. Yeah, we get 27 memory from them. So I was right. Also, who are you? Leith? Anyway, may the gentle hand of oblivion guide thee. Yeah, I guess. I just realized I forgot to time the recording, so I have no idea how long we've been at it. Oh, that's not a boss, though. I need to be really careful with her, though. Come on, this way, where there's more room, and I know that no one else is going to appear. No parry there. And so we have... Oh, I thought we found the cell key for a second there. Oops. Okay, hold on. Let me start the timer, and then we'll actually give it another 30 minutes, let's say. Because I have anime to watch tonight, and I would like editing to go quickly. And by anime, I don't mean a single show. I mean just a streak of shows. I save them all for a single day of the week and watch them at night. And that day of the week is Monday. Today is Tuesday. Because I fell asleep watching Decide? I don't remember the name of it. Not for lack of trying, it's just a weird name. How dare you? But it is an ability he only uses once, so maybe he has a cooldown. Maybe he has a cooldown of sorts as well. Let's make sure we're not missing any chests. Fighting a boss in under these circumstances, it's going to be a bit rough. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to tell you guys about. You can use the... For those that don't know, the axe's, well, its starting magic allows you to teleport all the way back to the last statue that you visited. That works perfect. It's great. It probably even interrupts or gets you out of boss fights. I don't know. Considering that they're walled off, it might be an issue with what I've noticed, but let me get to that part first. What I've noticed is that when you use it, bastard, when you used it while you were fighting something, like these two guys, maybe I'm low health and I don't have any magic or healing over time. Maybe I could just use the weapon's magic to return to the last statue I visited. I've killed myself again. Oh, that is... You would think I would have learned the first time. Maybe the second time will do it. Because he just smooth walked out of the way. Dick. No, we got very close to losing a very small amount of memory. As much as I would love to play the knock you off the edge game, we cannot. We can't mess with that until I get my souls back. That's fine. Okay. And remember, we can't outrun these guys. Oh. Now, as I was saying, you can use this weapon's magic to run from a bad situation where you know you're going to die, or just for the fun of it. You really can. But there we go, finally! So we can do it to enemies that are larger than us. It's just that their backs aren't necessarily at their backs. Anyway, you can just use the weapon's magic to get out of fights, but it doesn't really... Maybe you've noticed how determined enemies can be. When you're trying to just run away. Like in the last episode, for example, where all 4 or 5 of the enemies that you encounter on your way to the very first boss will follow you to that boss, enter the room, and fight you alongside the boss if you don't kill them first. Well, that's the exact same thing that's going to happen if you don't kill them. Well. Oh, we almost died. Oh, that was very close. Let's just not mess around. Heal up again, because why the frick not? Okay. But as I was saying, enemies will follow you even if you use the magic to run from the fight. They'll follow you all the way back to the statue. Which is really weird because technically they're supposed to respawn once you've interacted with the statue. Which the teleporting back to it technically counts as. Enemies will respawn if you teleport back to it using the magic from this weapon. Or any similar ability from any other weapon. So I really want you guys to keep that in mind if you're considering trying to cheese anything in this game. I can hear it. Come on, buddy. This way. I really do admire the tenacity of enemies, though. But it also presents this rather awkward situation where you have to fight any enemy you come across and kill them, or else they'll follow you forever. The only time I have seen that enemies do not follow you is when you've changed areas. And it is probably not due to a lack of trying. Yeah, so they can all do it. Wish I had a blow dart that gave me free stuns. That's kind of awkward. I did try to block that, but I hadn't recovered in time. Very close, way too close. I'm trying to weaponize the environmental kills, but he's walking at me. I don't know which way the right way is, so we're going to check up here first. And lucky I did. Maybe not so lucky. I've got enough of those. I'll take more, always, but I can't do anything with the materials like upgrade them, so once they become worthless, they're just worthless. Yeah, we can do this dance over here. Over here, buddy. Whoa. I may as well deal with him now. I don't want him popping up later. He missed. Wunderbar. Also, I'm going to keep this out, but I'm not actually going to use it. We've only got 2 heals, and whatever we find at the end of these paths is probably going to require both of them. Now, yes, I could just get enemies into a position where I can parry them off of the... Oh my god. I could just... Ooh, not a fan of that. I could just get enemies into a position where I could parry them off of a ledge, but that also requires a lot of maneuvering, and all that time I could probably just kill them anyway. So it probably wouldn't be worth it. Also, parrying has a cooldown, so if I screw it up, well... This is where we fought the... No, it's not. I'm trying to be very careful and mindful of the edges. to the point where I am not keeping track of where I actually am or where I'm going. How did I end up? That way is a definite dead end, so... It can't be that way. I need to go back and... Well, I could do it the hard way, but I prefer the enemies don't all res or respawn. So for now, I'm actually just going to wander around and look for her. There it is. Beautiful. It was the executioner's key, wasn't it? Key to execution. Great. Well, at least now we can head back onto the path without having to worry about fighting all of these enemies just to get back where we were before. Not that I mind the fighting, it's just that if I'm not going to be getting materials that I need to craft things that I want, I don't see a point. Yeah, we're on the right path. Yeah, we went as far as we could down there, so this is the way we go now. Unexpected consequences. I'm assuming that's the door to execution. Naturally. Now, we only have 3 heals over time and 2 actual heals. I cannot see them there. I literally can't see them. I still don't know what these blue spirits of the dead are for. Yet. I'm just hoping I'm not going the right way. Well, I got the one. What a delightful little crunch they make. Too early. You thought I didn't see you, didn't you? Dang it. I did have my parry. Well, that is most unexpected. I'm trying to remember just how many places there are leading up to this that we still haven't visited. This is only the second place, so there shouldn't be a boss. Well, the first one had what? 1, 2, 3? 4 bosses? Technically only 2, but... that way we don't have to fight our way all the way back here. You know? When it works, it feels great. I'm terrified the entire time. Frick is a blue spirit of the dead. Blue. Hey, we got resonant dust. We can use that to make wind element weapons now. Blue? No. Yeah. Blue spirit of the dead. What the frick are those for? They just exist for me to gain memory, so that's good to know. How many? 250 for each one. How did you miss that? I'm literally not even looking at you. Oh. Thought I wouldn't. Not what I wanted. What I was trying to do was disengage the lock-on and run around behind her and get a backstab. That would have ended this nicely. Poise necklace. Gee, I wonder what it does. And what is that noise? Takes too long. Takes way too much stamina to kill them with the hammer. I still don't know if it's upgraded. Not a fan of that. They were just sitting there on top of each other. Right over here in the corner of certainty. Tried to Tried to parry it. Tried parrying again. Back from whence you came. There doesn't appear to be anything here, so... Yeah, it doesn't look like he actually dropped anything this time. Now we're going a little bit over our time budget, but great. Love being vulnerable during that animation. Ooh. No, that actually doesn't deal all that much damage, so you didn't save my life after all. What? It should have been it. How am I missing? Well, I was not taking that as seriously as I could have been. Oh, I am not a fan of that. Straight up heal. He got hit by the arrows, otherwise he really shouldn't have died. Thankfully, there's no one to follow up. Dark scale. I have to admit, I like having a trap that works for me. And does a significant amount of damage. That is disgusting. Oh. What the frick am I looking at here? They can go in there, but I can't? Now, can you really blame me for using a weapon of mass destruction on cannon fodder? I mean, come on. We got a curse orb. That one had the halberd. So like I said, well, right, I didn't tell you guys this, but I've noticed that enemies that can inflict things like the curse icon you see in right under my health bar, enemies that can inflict statuses on you like that, or burst, or whatever else, typically drop the orbs of that name. So enemies that inflict halberd, inflict halberd. Enemies that inflict curse on you will drop curse orbs. Enemies that inflict burst will drop explosion orbs, and so on and so forth. So that tells you how, or what enemies to look for. Even if you can't think of the enemy itself, you should generally know that in an area what an enemy might inflict you with to be able to check. Now here we have Echion, who says absolutely nothing. Good talk. I assume I need something to actually get these guys to say something. Him and the child have been the only actual NPCs not to say anything. How long do you think it'll take for her to make her way all the way back here? We're pretty far back. This is not an insignificant distance. Plus, she has to go past all of those traps. She may never actually make it here. And make no mistake, enemies will travel very far. I actually had enemies travel several screens just to get me at the statue where they died. It was a fun time. Because I only found that out because I accidentally teleported once, rather than... I pretty much did the same thing then that I just did now. But I want to see how long it takes her to actually get here. While we're waiting, we can clean this other guy up. Terrible. I'm bad at this. I can do whatever I want since I still have my memory, but I would prefer not to die. Will she ever make it here? If I had to guess, I would say no. Again, those traps along the way are disgustingly powerful. Get out of here. Forgot about the other one. No one to follow up? No. She's still not here. Oh, that's fine. Jeez, this place is pretty freaking... It's pretty freaking big. This is probably the largest area so far. Although that really isn't saying all that much. Where the frick am I? So I went the wrong way. I think I was supposed to make a left turn at Albuquerque. Alright, we've been recording way longer than we should have been, so that's going to do it for us today. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. I have no idea which way we're actually supposed to go to move to the next level, because I want to go in the opposite direction and pick up everything that there is to be found. We have the hall key, which means we need to go all the way back to the previous statue, then find the little nook where that door is and open that and see where it goes. I'm looking forward to it, actually. I mean, I don't want to die from being knocked off a ledge, but not much I can really do about that. How many curse orbs do we have? Still not enough. We need 6 in order to make the trident. And we've only gotten the 1. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.